2024 NFL Hall of Fame class. This has been a buzzing topic recently because, honestly, you're getting ready to have a pretty solid list of first-timers, pretty notable first-timers coming up for possible induction next year. On that list is Eric Berry, Jamaal Charles. Of course, I would lose the list when I start reading it, but you got some guys on that list. Eric Berry is on that list. Jamaal Charles is on that list. I know Antonio Gates is on that list as well. Haloti Ngata is on the list. Brandon Marshall, wide receiver, is on the list. Kyle Williams, the DT, is on the list. The great Max Unger is on the list. Derek Johnson, Muhammad Wilkerson, Britt Grimes, Phil Dawson, the kicker. Doug Martin ain't making it, and neither is Pac-Man Jones. Sebastian Janikowski is on the list. So you do see some pretty decent players. Jordy Nelson on the list. And then you have Andrew Luck. And really, Andrew Luck right now is the one that kind of stands out the most because Andrew Luck's career was on a Hall of Fame trajectory. You could say Luck played 7 years, but he missed a season and half of another season. So really, in 5.5 years of football, Andrew Luck was a franchise quarterback coming into the draft. They said he was a generational talent. He definitely was that. He was one of my favorite quarterbacks when he was out there and active. Now, the Colts never built the team around him properly. There was divide on the offensive line, and they got son beat up to the point where he said, I'm not taking this shit no more. And he retired. Now he live off the land or some shit like that. But is Andrew Luck a first ballot Hall of Famer? Slow down. Now, I think longevity in the sport is a part of what makes you great. The ability to do it consistently year after year after year after year, putting your body through that. People say Barry Sanders is the greatest running back ever. I say it's Emmitt Smith. Oh, well, why? Because he got the record. Oh, well, if Barry Sanders would have played all those years Emmitt Smith played, he would have put the record to where nobody would have caught it. If it was a spliff. It didn't happen. Emmitt Smith showed the longevity. He put up the yards. He put up the numbers. He won the championships. He's the best. Now, Andrew Luck, 23,000 passing yards. That's more than Roger Staubach. Roger Staubach played in the damn 60s, right? Other than that, pedestrian numbers, but it's very good for somebody that only played the length of time he did. Now, where Luck is interesting in really 5.5 years worth of games, Luck threw 171 touchdown passes. I had a fantasy team going to run almost to the overall championship that Andrew Luck was on. He was fantastic in that aspect. 171 touchdown passes is more than Troy Aikman, is more than Joe Theismann, it's more than Archie Manning, it's more than Mike Vick. You know what I'm saying? But when you get down to the nuts and bolts, I don't look at Andrew Luck as a Hall of Famer. He didn't win a championship. He didn't put up super gaudy numbers outside of this touchdown number. Yes, he was on a Hall of Fame trajectory, but I think he got out the game a little bit too early. And listen, that was his decision. That kid was getting beat up, you know what I'm saying? But when you make that decision, you kind of almost trade in your gold jacket. So I don't look at Andrew Luck as a first ballot Hall of Famer. Hell no. No chance in hell. Can he get in a little bit later on down the road? I can see that happening. Now, as far as this year goes, I would say that Antonio Gates is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I would also say that Julius Peppers is a first ballot Hall of Famer. A lot of people don't look at Peppers as this great defender. Julius Peppers was a game changer. He was fantastic. And we all know what a great player Antonio Gates was. Great tight end for the Chargers for all those years, catching them balls from Phil Rivers. Now, I think Haloti Ngata, the D tackle, 3-technique D tackle of the Baltimore Ravens, a fantastic career. You know how good that organization is. They kind of set the standard. I look at Ngata as a guy who could be a borderline first ballot Hall of Famer. But those are the borderline guys. I also think you got to figure out a way to make room for two guys that's not in yet, but I think should be in there. I think Andre Johnson should be in, and I think Reggie Wayne should also get in as well. So that's where I stand right now on the NFL, on the 2024 Hall of Fame class. Andrew Luck is out. Gates and Peppers in. Haloti Nada are possible.